Alright, this is a tutorial on how to make a wartfolio. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually click Create in Google Docs, and I'm going to choose a new file, and I'm going to entitle this document wartfolio, and I'm going to add Shannon, because that's the person that I'm going to be searching. Okay, so I've got my wartfolio going on. Now, I can actually go to Tools and click Research, and this pops me into a new window, and you'll notice that I can choose from Google Search or Images, Scholar, Quotes, Dictionary, etc. I'm going to go ahead, I can actually choose to start to type in the name here and search this way. Alright, so what this does is it gives me a preview of not only some different resources on this person, but then it also gives me some snapshots of pictures. So this is my cousin, and I'm constantly on her about marking her or managing her online profile, and so we're just going to see what kind of advice she's actually taken from me. All I've used thus far is just her first and last name, and unfortunate for her, it is pretty easy to find. So if I find that this is a resource that I want to use, I can actually even just cite this source by clicking Cite. You'll notice that a little number 1 is added here, and then whenever I scroll down to the bottom, it says a citation was added as a footnote. Turn on page layout from the view menu. Okay, so I'm going to go View and then say Print Layout. And so now it shows me, okay, so this is, it's citing this particular source for me. Now, one thing to remember from here is it's not formal MLA or APA style of citing the sources, so just keep that in mind. But for this particular assignment, this is going to be just fine. We don't need anything more formal than this. Now, I've cited it, but I haven't necessarily grabbed any information, so I do want to go out and actually see it. So I'm going to go ahead and click out and open this in a new tab. So I just did that by clicking Command and, holding down Command and then clicking on the link. So I'm going to go ahead over and via the picture, because I know what my cousin looks like, I can see that this is in fact her Twitter page, and unfortunately it's completely open, so I can read whatever I'd like to read in here, and then I can even use more information, and I can click on here and I can find her Instagram. Okay, so now I can see what her parents got her for Valentine's Day, and I can take it a step further by then clicking on other kind of little trails that I use is, okay, well now I have Kiss My Sass 10 as a username, so I know that I can search that, so I'll just go ahead and type that in. My Sass 10, and so I have that username, so I can search that and I can find out more information about her on Instagram itself, if that's what I want to do. And so here's her entire Instagram page, and as you can see, it's completely wide open, so you know she definitely listens to me whenever I give her feedback about what she should do. But what is this all showing for me? Well, one, we've barely even kind of scratched the surface, right? So we've got her Twitter, we've got her Instagram, and so I'm going to start taking snapshots of information, right? So to do this, I'm holding Command, Shift, and doing 4. Notice how it gives me some crosshairs here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and take a snapshot. So I've just collected an artifact that I want to add to her wartfolio, and I got this via this link, right? So here's her Shannon piece. I took a snapshot. It was from here, so I'm going to go ahead and add in Insert and choose Image, and then I'm going to grab that image that I just took. So by clicking on Finder, my screenshot that I just took, I can actually drag and drop in here. And so it's going to upload that picture for me. And then you can see that I have this added in, and the little number 1 is going to say, okay, so this is the first thing that I found, and that's where I found it. So then I can move on, right? So if I keep going, so I can click and see if this is in fact her Facebook page. So we'll open up her Facebook page. So now what kind of information am I gathering? Well, this is public information that I was able to grab, so I'll take a snapshot of that. I'm also able to confirm, once again, pictures of her. So I'm going to take a snapshot of that. But you know what I just realized? I'm being a little bit unfair because I'm actually signed in and I am friends with her on Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and log out and then try that again. So clicking on here, because it's not fair if you're actually friends with them, right? So that one picture doesn't necessarily count because she doesn't have where she's from and so on and so forth. But it does have things like who her favorites are and then even more information down here. So I could take some snapshots of this information, which I could then use to search her interests. And again, I can take a snapshot of these other pictures that I can find. So do you see how I'm just kind of collecting artifacts? And then as I collect these different artifacts, I'm going to go in and cite them. So this was from the Facebook. I'm going to set my site up and by just clicking that little cite button. And then I'm going to go ahead in and again view insert image, and I'll grab those images and pull those in. It's important that as you're kind of going through, you use some of these tips like I was using. So I actually used her username, and I'm going to actually take a picture just of her username because that was something that I searched. Right, here's a search that I did with that username. So you can just kind of collect a bunch of different snapshots showing the person how you actually found something about them. And if we notice, so this Kiss My Sass is even a different username. So I'm going to search this specific username, and I can Kiss My Sass. There you go. Add that in there, and we can see that we can get more information about just what she's doing in the world of Twitter, and this is just on the first page, right? So I can keep searching more and collecting more resources and information. Again, so there's other images that I can pull in and say, okay, this is images. So here's a Pinterest, so I can click on here and take a look at the Pinterests. Now I see, oh, it is in fact her again. So now I have even another username that I can also be copying. So I'll just kind of go ahead and take a snapshot of that, and that I found her on Pinterest. And once again, she has kind of everything open. Now that can be very detrimental because I know that the type of things that she likes, right? So who she likes in Hollywood, what she's interested in as far as fashion and delicious goodness, liking to do her hair, things like that, which open up opportunities for me to approach her and talk to her. And so I'm going to go ahead and, again, come in and I can cite this source, number 3, and I can add all those screenshots into here by just using that same process that I was using before. Once you've actually finished your wartfolio, then you're going to make sure that you share it with 2 people. So you're going to share it with me because I'm the teacher and I need to check what you did, and then you're also going to share it with a person. So all you have to do in order to share it is just type in their name and their email address and then click share. Now I'm not going to share it with my cousin because I'll talk to her specifically, but this wartfolio is going to give them enough information to, 1, see what you were able to see using just their name and some bare minimum information that you know about them, like what they look like, and then 2, where they can go to kind of remedy this problem or see that problem themselves. All right? Hope you found this helpful, and I'm looking forward to you and your wartfolios so that we can help other people stay protected online.